Alright, so this video is going to show you how to post using the new block editor on WordPress. So once you're logged in, you're going to go to Post, Add New. That hasn't changed. And then it will bring up the new block editor. And here you're going to see Add Title or Start Writing or Type to choose the block. So first we're going to start with the title. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm doing this from Word first to show you guys something. So here's my title. My title's good. It's ready to go. I don't need to worry about that. So next I'm going to select my text. I'm just going to Control-C to copy that, and then I'm going to go back to the website, and where it says Start Writing or Type / to choose a block, I'm going to just go ahead and click on that and Control-V to paste it. Now, one of the things you're going to notice here is some of the words decide they want to be together, and that is a little bit of an annoyance because then you have to go through and actually redo everything. And so another option is to either paste it in Notepad, which takes away all the formatting, because the problem is that Word and WordPress don't like each other, basically, unfortunately. So you can either just type straight into the publisher, which is fine. You just have to make sure that you're going to be saving your draft periodically just to make sure you don't lose anything. Or you can which is what I did, is I went ahead and went to Google Drive and started a new document and pasted it all in there, because that way Google Drive and WordPress do seem to like each other. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this from Google Drive and then paste it over here in my article, and you'll see that the words are fine this way. So Google Drive is another option to create your document outside of our site if you want it to be saved beyond just on our site. So now that my article is placed here, you'll see that there's different what they call blocks. So this is the title block where my title is. Then we have paragraphs blocks, which you'll see with the little P right there, or you'll see paragraph when you're hovering over other things. So right now I don't have any pictures in here, so let's go ahead and do that next. So we just want to decide where we want our images. So the first image I'm going to put in is, I'm going to decide, and I think I'm going to put one right in here. So I'm going to put one between these two paragraphs. So to do that, I'm going to hover until I see this little plus sign where you'll see Add Block. I'm going to click on that plus sign. It's going to give me options. So to put in a single image, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm going to click on Image. Okay, so then you're going to see this sort of gray box right here that says drag an image, upload a new one, or select a file from your library. So likely your images are not already uploaded into our media library, which is fine. So I'm going to choose Upload. So next I need to find where I saved my pictures on my desktop, and I'm going to choose this one that says Christmas Eve because that's what I'm talking about in this section, and I'm just going to click Open. You'll see that it's gray right now with a little swirling thing. That means the site is uploading it, and so it's going to take just a minute, hopefully not too much longer if my computer's not too slow. Okay, so now there we go. Our picture is set. It's not grayed out. You can see it nicely. So right down here you can write a caption. So I'm just going to put Ireland's Eye Fairies Christmas Eve, because that's what this is. And you can see I spelled things wrong sometimes, which is fine because there's spell check. Yay! Okay, so I like the size of this image, but if I wanted to change the size because it was too big and I want it to be just a little bit smaller, I could go over here and see that there's different image sizes here on the right. So medium is going to be pretty small, And you'll see down here, if you know pixels and things like that, that's what those are down here, the image dimensions. You don't really need to worry about that. So medium's a little bit smaller than what I want. Large is where it was, which is the default. Or I could do full size, which won't cut anything off. Or I could do feature image, which will cut it off to make it a nice little rectangle that you would have as your feature image. I'm going to go ahead and choose the large, just because I liked the way that looked before. So there you go, the picture part is done. Now I do have some other pictures that I want to add, of course, and so this time I'm going to, let's see, we'll go here where we're talking about the baby seal. So this time I'm going to go between these two paragraphs, and I'm going to again click add block. Only instead of choosing image, this time I'm going to choose gallery because I have more than one picture of that little baby seal that I want to add in here. So again, it's going to say you can either drag images, upload new ones, or select them from your library. I'm going to choose upload because I don't have them yet in our media library on our site. So now I'm going to find my little seals. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 pictures, and so I can select them all at the same time by using the shift key if they're all right next to each other, or the control key if some of them are not next to each other. So for this example, they're all next to each other, but let's say I wanted to add this last one in and not these other two, I would hit control and then I could add that last one in. But I just want those 4, so I have those 4, and I'm going to go ahead and click open. Now again, you see the grayed out pictures with the little circling things, and so I'm just going to wait for them to all upload and be clear pictures. And so while we're waiting for those to upload, on this right hand side you're going to see something that says columns. So this allows you to choose how many columns, these 1, 2, 3, these small ones right here, how many columns you want. Like I can have 3, I can have 4 and just make all of those pictures small, which is not what I want. 3 is a pretty good one. 2 is not too bad either because then it gives you this nice little square if you have 4 pictures. And 1 column means it's going to be just like adding a single picture in, which again is not what I want. I'm going to go with the 3 column option because I like having 3 small pictures and then 1 big picture. But this big picture is not really the one I want. So to change the order of these, I'm going to click on this little pencil up here that says Edit Gallery. And again, we just have to wait for it to find my pictures. Alright, so here we are in Edit Gallery. Now this is where I can choose to reorganize them. So if I want this little one right here to be at the end, I'm just going to click on it, hold it, and drag it over to where I want it to be. And then I'm going to click Update Gallery. And so now you'll see the images are slightly different than when I uploaded them. And I think I'm going to do one more little change, and I'm going to put this one third, and we're going to put them in between those 2, I think. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so that's pretty good because I like this little guy sleeping right here. Okay, so there we go. So that's all you need to really know for Edit Gallery. So then that covers the basics for imaging. So let's look at hyperlinking. I'm going to find where I put in let's find a place to put in the link. It was a short jaunt. Here we go. So I'm going to highlight what I want linked, which is going to be Ireland's Eyes Fairies, because I'm going to link that to their website. So then I'm going to go to their website and I'm going to highlight the URL, which is this part right here that's in blue now, and I'm going to go Control C to copy. I'm going to go back over here, and I already have Ireland's Eyes Fairies highlighted. So then I'm going to click on this right here. It looks like a chain link and it says link if you hover over it. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And so now you're going to see paste URL or type to search. So I already have it copied, so I'm just going to go Control V to paste it. Now before I click apply, which is this arrow here, I'm going to click on these three dots for link settings because I don't want people to leave my article before finishing to read it. So I'm going to click on those and I'm going to see this other option here, open in new tab. This little button right here is grayed out. I want it to be green. Green means the link, when they click on it, will open in a new tab, which is what I want. So now that that link is green and I have my URL set in there for where I want people to go in a new tab, I'm going to go ahead and click this like return arrow that says apply when I hover over it. And so now you are linked. So you're linked and it'll remind you that you're linked to open in a new tab because there's a square here with an arrow pointing out of its corner. So there, your links are done, which is great. So now what we want to do is we want to add a category to this because we want people to find it on our site. So I'm going to go over here to the right hand side. So right now it's on the block because that's where I was last editing. So to get to the categories, I'm going to click on document. And so I'm going to have all these things right here. So the one I want to look at is the one that's called categories. Now some of these may or may not be open on yours. It could be different to each person. So if they're open and it's annoying, you can just click on this arrow and it will either close it or open it. So we're going to go to categories and we're going to click on that down arrow to open our category options. So right now it says it's uncategorized. We don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that because we don't want things in the uncategorized section because then people can't find it. Then I'm going to scroll down to the worldwide section since we don't have a specific Ireland section. And I'm going to scroll down until we find worldwide, which is down here. Here we go, worldwide. So then worldwide, it's not really arts and culture, it's not really beauty and style. I'm going to go to the travel, the worldwide travel section, and I'm going to choose worldwide attractions. And I'm just going to click on that. And I'm only going to click on one category because if you click on multiple categories, Google will think we're padding our site with duplicate articles, which we don't want because it dings us in Google searches. So categories are done. So the next thing I'm going to need is a feature image. So again, I just closed the categories because I don't feel like scrolling all the way down, and I'm going to go to where it says featured image. So featured image, there's nothing there, so I'm going to click on set featured image. So now you can choose one that you may have already uploaded, but we want it to be different than what's already in the article. So I'm going to go over here where it says upload files because I want to upload a new one. I'm going to click select files. And I'm going to scroll through here and say, which one do I want to be my feature? And I think I didn't move it into the folder I wanted. So I think I'm going to go with this goal one right now. I might change it later, but for now we're going to go with a goal. And it should come up because I clicked open, hopefully. We might have to try it again if it's being weird. Of course, my computer doesn't want to work while I'm making you guys a video. So let's try one more time. Okay, so I realized part of my problem was my file was really big, so it was taking a long time to download. So I made my file smaller, so let's see if this will work faster. And so if you go back to Media Library, if it doesn't show up here, you'll see that it's trying to download it. So it might just take a little bit of time to download it, especially if your computer, like mine, has decided to be slow. Okay, so I've been having problems getting my feature image to upload when I'm doing this, and I'm not sure why or if it's a bug on their system. Hopefully you won't have the same problem, but one way around it, if you are having troubles uploading your featured image, go ahead and just open a new block for an image anywhere in your thing, and you're going to click upload the image that you want, which I already did, but we'll go ahead and just do it again. I'm going to upload this, and then it will upload it. So now it's been uploaded to our media library. And since that's the image I want for my feature image, I'm going to actually show you how to delete a block in case you decide you don't actually want it there. What you're going to do is you're going to click on those three dots that you see where my cursor currently is that says more option, and you're just going to go down to where it says remove block. So the image will still stay on our site, which makes it easier for setting your feature image. So I'm going to go back to set featured image, and I'm going to go to my media library where it's going to open up all of my pictures. I'm going to click the one that I want, and I'm going to click select. So now my feature image is set. So now you're going to review your article and make sure you have everything where you want it. And then you're going to go and you can just hit preview if you want to see what it looks like before you publish. WordPress is going to generate that preview for you. It might take a little bit of time just to get everything finalized. So this is what your article will look like once you've published it. So here you see your feature image, you see your paragraphs, you see the images that you put in there, your link. You can even click on your link to make sure it actually opens properly. So then we have our pictures, and I added a couple more pictures in here. And so if everything looks good and you're happy with the way it is and you've got your category set and your feature image set, you can go ahead and hit publish. And then it's going to say, are you ready to publish? Let's double check and make sure everything's the way you want it. You want to say that it's public. If it's not public, nobody's going to find it. You want it to publish immediately, or let's say you don't want it to come out until a certain day. So then you can go ahead and pick a day, but most likely you're going to just want it to be immediately. Now it's going to ask you if you want to add tags. Tags are good if you're doing things that we have many different articles for. Like if you're going to see a theater show and it's at like the Goodman Theater in Chicago, you're going to want to set a tag on there that says Goodman Theater, because then anytime someone's looking at your article, they can click on that Goodman tag and they'll see all the other articles about shows from Goodman Theaters. And so it looks like we have a new thing that I haven't explored yet for share this post. So it looks like we can connect, and I'll try to do this and then give you updates if I do it, where you can connect new services and maybe it will automatically share it to our social sites, which would be fantastic. And so if you think everything's good, you're going to go ahead and hit publish one more time. Then it's going to go publishing. Ta-da! Look, now it is live. So now you can click on this. It's going to give you the link that you can then send to the people that you've done a review for. And so that's it. You're done. You should be good. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Hopefully this video has answered many of the questions. Just one other thing. If all else fails and you just cannot handle this new site, what you're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a new one to show you this really quick little skip around as soon as my computer works. So in the add new, what you can do is, let's close these things here. Shares. So here where it says editor, you can click switch to classic editor. This will refresh your page and give you the oh so familiar classic editor. Now this is only temporary. I don't know how long WordPress will keep this. As they are moving forward with this, we're going to have to follow them along to keep with their standards to stay current with Google searches. So that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, please do let me know, and I hope this helps.